finding their key guys early. They obviously have guys, Beal, Porzingis, Kuzma, that can make you pay from long range. They do a great job of running and playing in space. So you have to locate them. They do a lot of switching defensively, so there's going to be some cross matches in transition. But you got to get to those guys early and make them play against the half-court set defense as much as you can.
You mentioned Kyle Kuzma, and he had a lot of success against the Cavs last season. He averaged nearly 24 over those 4 games. What do you want to maybe do differently against him tonight than last season?
Don't leave him. You go back and look at the game we lost here at home where he hit the corner 3 and we left him and gave him an opportunity to get a wide open look. So we just have to know where he is. He does a really good job when you make mistakes of making you pay. If you lose him, you turn your head. He does a great job of relocating behind that three-point line to a new spot. So you just got to be, focused and know where he is. And all of his catches need to be a body-to-body closeout, and then make him have to make another play and another decision besides the easy one, which is catching and shooting for him.
Customers of the Athletic. JB, what have you liked about Karras in the starting lineup, and what kind of solidified your decision to go with him at that spot?
He's been great defensively. You think about the job he did last night on DeRozan. Not a lot of people could get that assignment done the way that he did it. Obviously he had his teammates behind him, but I thought he did a phenomenal job of, making it difficult for him and carrying out a game plan. And then you look at the way that he's facilitating. So not only is he participating on the defensive end at a high level, but he's helping our offense tick as well. So I think, that combination of, two-sided basketball has been beneficial for that group.
When you told him that he had earned that spot, what were those conversations like with him about what that role needs, what you need from him at that spot, especially playing next to Darius and Donovan or Donovan and whoever?
He had to be, make sure I use the right word, multi-dimensional at that spot, right? Like he's got to have a bunch of different personalities. When he's with, obviously when we're healthy and he's with Darius and Donovan, there's a different role for him. Now Darius being out, there's a different role for him. And then when he's playing with the second unit, there's a different role for him. So it's not an easy thing that we're asking him to do, right? We're asking him to be, 3 or 4 different people in the course of a night. And I think he's taken that challenge on. I think, he'll get a little bit more comfortable as time goes on, picking his spots of when to score and when to, create his own. But you look at, I think it's been 7 assists and, making everybody else's job around him easier on the offensive end of the floor, making his spot threes. So I think he's fitting in, and I think it's only going to get better.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, JB.
What's up, Chris?
Last night throughout the game, Darius was tweeting. He was all excited about how you guys were playing. How's he doing? Have you talked to him? What have those conversations been like?
I talked to him yesterday morning or the morning before that. I can't remember. But we were FaceTiming, and, it's just more about how he's doing. I don't really care about the basketball stuff with him right now. Whether or not he's in pain, how he's improving, can he see, Can he open his eye? Like all those things are more important, keeping his spirits up and just that type of stuff. And, he's Darius, Like he's in a good place. Obviously, he's frustrated, but like he cares so much about the team, he's watching hard at that one good eye.
So you and Kevin both said the same thing about Jetty last night following the win, about how when he plays with joy, it's infectious, and that's the best version of him. How do you make sure that he maintains that joy throughout the entire season?
Well, first of all, the fact that Kevin and I are saying the same thing is frightening. But it's us as a coaching staff continue to instill the belief in him that we don't care about makes and misses with Jetty. There's so much more that he does to help our team. Obviously, if you're making shots, we love it. But, you will not come out of the game from missing a shot. So provide that spark in other ways. He does a great job of getting to the basket. He moves at a pace and a tempo that defenses have a hard time keeping up with. He's a good facilitator when he's moving and makes his teammates better. He gets deflections on the defensive end and gets us out in transition. We just have to keep focusing on that and the shooting is a bonus. The scoring is a bonus if we continue to emphasize those other things.
Thank you.
Left side, Tom. Tom Withers, AP. JB, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
In terms of Darius, what is the pain situation? What is the vision situation right now?
He's doing better. Obviously there's swelling, so got to wait till the swelling, excuse me, till the swelling goes down. Like when you hold his eye open, he can't see, so that's obviously a good thing. But it's just going to take time, and we just have to wait and see how that swelling resolves itself.
I know you always appreciated Donovan Mitchell's game, but now that you're his coach, what did you maybe not appreciate as much as you do now?
His ability to be a floor general. Like you knew he was capable of scoring the basketball. But now, you're watching him organize, you're watching him facilitate, you're watching him talk to his teammates and get his teammates in the right spots. You're watching him reading defenses and telling his teammates, like, this guy's going to do this. If you do that, you'll get this. You know what I mean? And, like, you see it happening on the floor. So those are just things that you didn't know about him, having not been around him ever on a day-to-day basis.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, last year when you didn't have Darius, the offense didn't have this movement. Is it all just Donovan, or is there more to it than that?
No, I think guys are more comfortable in what we're doing. We've put in more things to create more movement. Again, our big guys are really good passers. So doing things where we put the ball in their hands and then allow two-sided actions to happen. So defenses can't just bog down and stare at one guy. But, just trying to keep a flow and keep a rhythm to the offense and not just be as, one person dominant. But we have to pick our spots. And I think you saw that last night. Like Donovan picked the spots where he had to take over and go create. But we want to be able, to move defenses and be a little bit more difficult to guard.
And who decided to bring back the junkyard dog? Was that you, or was it the players?
It was all of us. It was all of us. That's like these things that we do. These are things that we do together, and all the decisions that we make that impact, our environment. We make all those decisions together.
Joe.
Joe Barton, The Athletic. With this being the first back end of a back-to-back, other than Darius, anybody not available tonight?
Not that played last night. All the guys that played last night will be able to play tonight.
Okay. Everybody else asked all the other questions I had?
Well, that's scary that you have the same thoughts as them. How about that?
Basketball, that's for sure.
JB, Chris Miller, NBC Sports Washington. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Small sample size of Beal, Porzingis, and Kuzma, but what concerns you about the three-level scoring that they focus on?
I mean, they're all capable of having big nights. And they do, Wes does a great job of putting them in situations where they're together, right? So now the defense is in a tough spot because, if you make a mistake, one of those three guys is going to make you pay. So, you have to be on high alert. And, your weak side of your defense has to commit, and then they've got guys on the back end that can play there too. So, they present a bunch of problems, whether it's, Beal getting to the basket, Porzingis spacing the floor for your big guys because of his ability to shoot, and then Kuzma's versatility. They really stretch your matchups as well.
Evan Demerol, right down Eagle. JB, we've talked about this a lot through the preseason leading up to this point. You playing Donovan at the point, and since Darius has gone down, Donovan, either through his playmaking or his scoring, has contributed almost 100 points to your offense, more than that even. Have you been pleased with the results so far? Just putting the ball in his hands and asking him to just do a lot of everything for the offense.
Yeah, like I said, he is not just a scorer. And when you're on the outside looking in, and in his time in Utah, he's always played with another lead guard, so to speak. But he's got point guard instincts, with obviously the ability to score the ball at an elite level. But he knows how to play the game, and you watch small things like the passes that he makes to his teammates are right where the passes should be. Very rarely do you see a guy have to reach or turn his hands upside down when Donovan is making those plays to him. So, I've been impressed with it, to be honest with you. A lot of guys who are scorers, that's just what they are. But Donovan is a playmaker, and the scoring just happens to be the right play at the time, and he's able to make those plays.
And how's Dylan doing in his recovery?
He's doing good. He's getting better. Yeah.
Anything else in the room? Last one, Serena.
Just, Coach, what makes playing in front of your home crowd for the first time so special every year?
I mean, it's that missing, right? That longing for, the 20,000 people in the building that are there to support you, that are there to pick you up. We have some of the best fans in our league for sure. We have intelligent fans, like they're just not making noise for the sake of making noise. Like they understand the game, they understand momentum shifts, and the waves that happen through games. They understand the moment of when a team needs to be picked up, and they elevate, themselves as well. And there's a great connectedness between, our guys and our fans. So, it's enjoyable for sure, but these teams are put together for your fan base. And when you can connect to your fan base in the way that our guys have, you have an opportunity to create something special. And you go 5 months, whatever it is, without it, like you do miss it. You do long for it. I know that's where our guys are right now. Hopefully that's where the fans are for us as well.
Okay, it's gonna wrap it up for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Madeline